Hi guys, this is an event tutorial to be developed using C#. I'm going to start by selecting Windows Forms Application, .NET Framework, and you then click on Next. Now give your project a name. I'm calling my Add Events with an S. Save your project straight into your USB. I'm going to click on Next, or you can save it straight onto the desktop. Click on Create. And there we go, guys. My interface is ready. So I'm going to set my own interface here to about 1000 by 800. 1000 is for the width and the 800 will be for the height. Press enter. Next, I will now add some buttons onto my interface. So come right here, go to tools. If you don't have your tools available, click on view, and right here you should be able to see the toolbox. And just as a reminder, if you don't have any of the Solution Explorer or the properties, let's assume they're not there. All you then need to do is go straight into Windows and select Reset Window Layout there and click on Yes. And your interface should be ready. Okay, so I'm going to add my toolbox. Go back to View and select Toolbox. That's my toolbox here. I need a button. Double click on one button. And this button, I'm going to change the button property. Right click on it, select the properties. I will change the size to 300 by 200, comma 200. Press enter. Now let's change the font. And just for your information, make sure the A to Z is clicked on so that you can get it in alphabetic order. So we go to the font right here. I'm going to change that font to about, let's make that 28. Click on OK. There we go. That's your font ready. That's your form ready. Now, let's go to the text for that very button. So in there, I'm going to add the color. Let's say that is going to be cadet blue. There we go. Hold on to the control, click and drag. And repeat the same thing. Click and drag. We have 4. I'm going to repeat the same thing here. We have 8 in total. Yeah, that would do. Going to be just a short tutorial. Now, the whole idea is when I click on this or I enter onto this button, I want it to change the form color. So I'm going to first of all start by double clicking on this very button. And right here, I'm going to enter the following piece dot back color, and that will be equals, let's say color dot cadet blue. There we go. There. So if I run the program now and then click on this very button, you see the screen is cadet blue. But what I want to try and achieve is anytime my mouse is on top of this button, I want the font, I want the back color for this font to change. Only when I leave should the color return back to the original color. So let's exit out. I'm now going to just maybe copy this, go back to design view, make sure your button is selected and come right here to the property area. You see right here, that is the event. Click on the event. The event that I'm going to be using is going to be MouseEnter and MouseLeave. So let's use MouseEnter first. Double click on MouseEnter, and that is it. When the mouse enter, you want the font color of the font to change to chocolate. Yeah, that's fine. However, when I click on it, it will change to cadet blue. When I enter the button, it changes to chocolate. When I leave, that is going to be MouseLeave. Scroll right down. Come here where we have MouseLeave. Double click on MouseLeave. When I leave, I want this font color to change back to the default color. Let's say default back color. There. Okay, look at this. Simple lines of code for beginners. So if I run that, click on run. Now my button is going to, the mouse, I'm going to place the mouse right on top of this button. Check that out. It's chocolate color. If I dare come out of it, there. Back in there. Now click. See that? Out. Okay, that's using different event procedure. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is to take care of the other buttons. And to take care of those other buttons is just the same. Okay, this is going to be for the default, which is MouseLeave. So let's go back in here, select this very button, change the color, font color of that. I will change that to blue. There. And double click on that and just change the whole lot to blue. Color equals blue. That is when you're using the click events. Dot blue. There, that's taken care of. Go back in there, make sure the button is selected. Select the events. Come straight down here. You see, MouseEnter, double click on MouseEnter. When the MouseEnter, supposing we want to use something like, let's see if there's anything known as powdered blue. Powdered blue. There we go. We do have powdered blue. There we go. Now we need to go back to the default color, which is the color of this font. So select that. Let's come to MouseLeave. Once the mouse leaves, there we go. There, change back to the default color. So let's try that out. MouseEnter. That is powdered blue. Once I click on it, there we have a blue. You come out of it, you change back to the same color. So I believe you guys will be able to manage that. Okay, just try that for the rest of the buttons. And with that, I'm going to call it the end of this brief tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day now. Bye for now.